We're talking subtraction of polynomials, and we're going to use algebra tiles to help us to do this. One key understanding that students are going to need to have, and welcome by the way, is that really addition and subtraction are opposites. So as long as they have that understanding that addition and subtraction are opposites, they'll be in good shape. Because what we're going to show them here is that we're going to add the opposite on to what we start with. And I'll show you here in a second, it'll become clear. So make sure they understand addition and subtraction are opposites. So let's take a look at an example here, and we'll show how we might do this with students. Let's say I had the expression a negative 2x minus 2, and I was going to subtract from that, let's say a 3x plus 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do, as always, is model this first. So let's see, negative 2x. I'm going to grab my rectangles, my red rectangles. There's two of them. And I'm going to grab, let's see, my ones. There's, whoops, why did you change to a positive? Are you feeling positive today? Well, good for you. And I'm not going to pay any attention right now to the subtraction sign. All I'm going to do is model this one here. So let's see, 3x. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 of the green tiles here, plus 1. I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so I've modeled this, negative 2x minus 2, 3x plus 1. This is a subtraction problem. So what we're going to do instead, since addition and subtractions are opposites, we're going to think about adding the opposite. And in so doing, all we're going to do is just change the sign here of all these guys in our second parenthesis. And what we're just going to flip them over. We're going to make them the opposite. Since addition and subtraction are opposite, we're going to make these things the opposite. So here is what we will do. We will make those the opposite. We will make these the opposite. And so I didn't do anything with my first parenthesis. I did this all with the second parenthesis. We were adding the opposite, so I just made all of these the opposites. And now I can simplify. So I can go here, I can put my families together. Here's this family, and here is that family. There's no canceling out that I can do, so I'm just going to be left with a negative 5x minus 3. And if I did this the more abstract way, change this to addition, change the sign of both of these in your parenthesis, I would get negative 5x. Putting those together, and I would get a negative 3. The same thing. So we're really just adding the opposite. We're going to flip everything in that second parenthesis, how it's going to look. Let's look at another example. Let's do it, they said. Okay, bringing in a fresh sheet. There we go. The magic of video. Wild. Here we go. Got everything set. Okay, let's say we were going to do a negative 2x minus 1. Let's say we were going to subtract from that. Let's say a negative 4x plus 2. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. Model first. Negative 2x. There we go. And a minus 1. And we're not going to pay any attention to our subtraction sign. We're going to model here a negative 4x. Hey, where'd you come from? Get out of there. Negative 4x. We're going to do a plus 2 in this case. Let's see, did I model it correctly? Let's see, negative 2x minus 1, yeah. Negative 4x plus 2, yeah. Okay, so addition and subtraction are opposites. So everything that is in our second parenthesis, we're going to make an opposite. If it's negative, make it positive, which we're going to do here. And if it's positive, we're going to make it negative. All right, let's do the family reunion. We got to put our families together and see if we can do any canceling. With our x terms, we can do some canceling. These guys are opposites, going to take them away. Whoop. These guys are opposites, going to take them away. Whoop. Can't do anything with my whole numbers here, so I'm left with a 2x minus 3. And if I did this the more abstract way, change this to addition, change the sign of both my second numbers, I would end up with a positive 2x because I'd subtract, take the sign of the larger. I'd add these together, and I'd get a negative 3. Let's take a look at one more example. Let's get rid of you guys, and let's bring in a fresh sheet of papier. Okay, so here we go. Let's say we would do something like, why don't we get the x squared involved? It's feeling a little jealous here. So let's do a negative x squared plus 2x. And let's subtract from that an x squared plus 4x. See how that's going to look. Okay, so as always, we're going to model first. So I've got a negative x squared plus 2x. It's going to look like that. And in my next one, I've got an x squared, which is going to be my blueski, plus 4x. I'm going to have 4 of my green rectangles. There we go. Boop. Okay, so addition and subtraction are opposites. So whatever is inside my second parenthesis, I am going to make it opposite. So this guy over here is positive. I'm going to make it negative. These guys are positive. I'm going to make it also negative. Okay, so now it's time for the family reunion. I'm going to put my x squared family together, and I'm going to put my x family together. Let's see, these guys are the same, so I'll just add those together. These guys, I can do some canceling. These two cancel out. Whoop. These two cancel out. Whoop. And this is going to leave me then with a negative 2x squared minus 2x. And if we did it the more abstract way, change to addition, change the sign of both of your things inside the parentheses, I would end up with negative 2x squared. Here my signs are different. Subtract, take the sign of the larger, would give me negative 2x. So once again, try these on your practice sheet. Your subtraction problems begin with number 19 and roll through to the end of them through number 24. We will have some answers that you can use to check, but try those. And again, look for YouTube videos, other things that you can use to practice these more. You'll get more comfortable the more you do it. Use it with your students, and I guarantee you they'll have a more concrete understanding.